So with Christmas now in the rearview mirror, we are now rounding the new year, and Stadia has just been rocking right along. It's been fun to see. With that, we have a small news video today as I've learned that Stadia Premier Editions and Stadia controllers are on sale, but only for one part of the world. Stay tuned either way. Cyberpunk Patch 1.06 notes have come up and we'll check that out, and last but not least, a YouTuber showcased Nintendo Switch running Cyberpunk. The catch is, it was all done on Stadia, and I have a few thoughts on that. So with all that, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel to always keep up to date with all the latest Stadia news and join one of the fastest growing Stadia and cloud gaming communities. Also tap that notification bell and like button. So right now there is Stadia sales in the UK and parts of Europe in regards to hardware, though stay tuned if you live in North America. But Stadia controllers are down to $47.20 and Stadia Premier Editions are at $71.99. Not too shabby at all, especially if you are potentially looking for a different Stadia controller, as Wasabi and Just Black are also available. And if you wanted to play on your TV with a Chromecast Ultra, the Premier Edition might be your only way in. With that, if you live in North America, I couldn't find any deals via retailers, but the prices are still comparable on eBay. I actually purchased myself a Stadia Premier Edition weeks ago when people were receiving them free via the YouTube Premium deal, and I snagged one for pretty cheap. But right now you can find them as low as about $70 or even cheaper like I did here, which is down from the $100 normally. Either way, hopefully this helps some of you who are looking to purchase some hardware, especially if you've really enjoyed Stadia so far and you want to continue that investment in more controllers and a Chromecast Ultra. So Cyberpunk Patch 1.06 is live on PC and consoles, but not just yet on Stadia, which is unfortunate, but I do expect it any day now. Though it's not live, there isn't really a lot here. The most notable is the save bug issue that corrupted your files and kept you from resuming your game. Now this was definitely a game breaker, and I had seen one person on Stadia have the issue. The problem persisted when you would just craft too much stuff, and the save file then went ahead and became more than 8 megabits, which then would corrupt the entire thing. Ironically, I craft a ton of stuff in my game, and I've been trying to break this myself just to see what would happen, but no luck yet, so maybe the one guy was an anomaly. Either way, when this does officially hit, I'll go ahead and mention it real quick, but this game still does need a lot of bug fixes, and I hope they continue to churn these out as quick as possible. Right, and the last piece of news here is quite a few days old now, but it has gained a lot of steam in the gaming world, and it's a topic I find very ironic. The YouTuber Nintendo, who by the way is previously a Stadia paid influencer, as he's gone out of his way to cover Stadia a few times, has gotten some cash and swag for it, but in this case he covered how he ran Cyberpunk 2077 on his Nintendo Switch via Android, only all of it was powered by Stadia. He went and directed people to the websites where people can mod their Switches so they can play Cyberpunk with their Joy-Cons or even docked. Now I've done this myself where I hacked my Switch, and I don't own that Switch anymore, but I don't recommend this because it's extremely difficult to get it back to factory state, and in some cases near impossible. You could break the entire system, or you can get banned like this gentleman left in his comments recently, and he wasn't the only one. But what I found ironic is this video and topic was used as clickbait all over the place on Nintendo channels, websites, and communities, and essentially in this video he pushed Stadia and he said, hey, you can play the games you normally can't on your Nintendo Switch, but it's all powered by Stadia and cloud gaming. I guess what I find funny is that these same people could, instead of breaking their Switches, and some are going to do this by the way, could simply pick up their phones and play Cyberpunk just as well. Maybe buy a Kishi to get that full Switch type experience, but a Bluetooth controller will be enough. This made headlines left and right, and again, what is ironic is Stadia is doing all the work here. The Switch does nothing but be a screen. So I actually applaud him because all he really did was showcase how awesome Stadia is. And I like to say, guys, the thing is just so extremely versatile. You can play Stadia on a fridge for Christ's sakes if you wanted. Either way, if you want to do this yourself, which guys I do not recommend really, but I'll have his link down below just in case you want to be brave. With that, let me know down below if you guys will be picking up any of the Stadia hardware on sale, your thoughts on Cyberpunk and how these patches are progressing, and the Nintendo Switch Stadia news. Like always, hit that like button, subscribe. I'm Sunny, and I'll see you guys in the cloud.